We have reviewed hundreds of Muslim profiles who want to get married, and this is the number one mistake that we have seen so far. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In order to become qualified as a candidate in the AzwajaMatch matching pool, each person needs to go through a vetting process where their profile information gets reviewed by our team members. And after reviewing hundreds of profiles, it was really eye-opening that there's so much potential from people. However, the profile doesn't always truly reflect who they are. And sometimes it's exactly because of these mistakes in the profile, there could either be some misunderstanding or cause the potential matches to overlook their good qualities. So here are 5 common patterns we have observed in many profiles, and definitely make sure you stick around for the number one mistake. All right, number 5, not having a clear photo of yourself. You might be worried about privacy, but on AzwajaMatch, only your matches can see you. And for the sisters, you have the control over the permission settings entirely. Yes, of course, we shouldn't judge the person simply based on looks. But since you are choosing for your future spouse, there has to be a certain level of attraction. If your photo is blurry or cropped out or not visible, you might be filtered out even before someone reads about your amazing personality. So do yourself a favor, present yourself nicely, upload a photo that is clear, modest, and authentic. Number 4, accidentally revealing private information. This happens when you mix up between special notes and the note to matchmaker. It seems pretty straightforward, but it is actually a common mistake. Remember that anything in the special note is visible to the person you are matched with. You would write about things that are missing in the other fields that you would like the potential to know about you. If you have more sensitive requirements, write them inside the note to matchmaker, which won't be seen by the person. If you mix between these two, it could become quite awkward. And number 3, oversimplified bio. Just imagine right now, if someone were to ask you, can you please introduce yourself? What kind of a person are you? What kind of an upbringing did you have? How would you answer these questions? That's exactly what we are expecting in your bio. If you don't know how to describe yourself, then how can you expect others to know who you really are? So spend some time and reflect about yourself. What would you like yourself to be known by others? And what would you like to reveal about yourself? This is going to be one of the first impressions you give to anyone who sees your profile. Number 2, not listing the important deal breakers that really matter. I know this can be quite tricky, but you need to be clear on what is flexible versus what is a total non-negotiable. Of course, you should list the obvious red flags like smoking or gambling, but don't just stop there. There's definitely way more than just these. You need to list the deal breakers that are specific to you. For example, maybe you're not open to marrying someone who already has children, or maybe you want someone who is healthy, and so on. If you don't tell us, we can't filter for it. You don't have to feel shy for being honest. This is not being picky. This is being practical about your own future. And number 1, completely relying on AI to write your responses. This is surprisingly common, even though we have already expected since the beginning. There are many cases when it was very clear that AI was used to write the response, which itself isn't a problem, and we would actually highly encourage using AI to assist optimizing your profile responses, like fixing your grammar and your punctuation. However, what people should avoid doing is to entirely allow AI to write the response, because what it's going to do is to simply write very generic responses that any Muslim in the world would say, and it doesn't provide any depth or insight about the person at all. And sometimes what's even worse is that we would see responses like, I'm currently working, insert your job title. And I have previously studied in, insert your major. That's definitely something we don't look forward to seeing in your profiles. So as long as you avoid these common mistakes, you should be good to go. But always remember, it's not about having a fancy and colorful profile. It's about the sincerity, the honesty, and the effort that you put into presenting your true self. Now, if you are still hesitating about marriage or you're not quite sure if you have done enough preparation, we have designed a free assessment to help you reflect on your life goals and figure out if you are truly ready. Click the link in the description to take the test for free. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.